15 on Citywide. We got a 10-1, 10-1 shots fired at the police.
Now at 10, a dangerous job. 3 Chicago police officers are shot in less than a week. We talked to one officer about the toll the violence is taking. And
when Asian lives are under attack, you got my back?
a rally against hate. People come together to support Chicago's Asian American community. And spring has sprung in Chicago. Pete's outlook for warmer days ahead. The news at 10 starts right now. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Alex Maragos. Tonight we start with another attack on a Chicago police officer. A female officer was shot in the hand in the Austin neighborhood today. She is the 3rd officer shot this week. It's 3 more reminders of the danger officers face every day on the job. With more on that, here's Wmaq.
For the 3rd time in less than a week, another Chicago police officer has been shot, a reminder of the dangers these officers face on a daily basis.
We have to be reminded that a police officer has a heart that beats. It's part of the community.
Just this afternoon, a female officer was rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital after being shot while responding to a call in the Austin neighborhood.
We're out front and we just seen the police cars, racing down the street.
According to police, a man barricaded himself inside a home near Lake and La Crosse. The SWAT team was called and he eventually surrendered to police. But at this time, Superintendent David Brown says it's unclear if he's responsible for the shooting that injured the female officer.
Someone was seen firing a gun from a window. We believe it's a 1st floor window, but it's an elevated 1st floor window down at our officers.
The superintendent says so far this year, 16 officers have been shot at.
Even with all that, we get up in the morning and we say, I'm going to continue because I made this commitment and I hope that tomorrow will be better.
Officer Rafael Yanes patrols the streets of Chicago and has seen the violence firsthand, the trauma that follows, and the emotional toll on his brothers and sisters in blue.
We're hoping that this never happens to any of the officers, right? But we made that promise and we made that commitment to the citizens of Chicago to serve and protect.
We're told CPD has a unit dedicated to helping officers and their families going through grief and trauma and connecting them with other resources. As for the female officer, she was shot in the left hand and has since been treated and released from the hospital. Reporting from Chicago Police Headquarters, Wmaq, NBC 5 News.
Thanks to V. And calls grew this weekend to stop violence against Asian Americans. Nationwide, people held rallies and marches in response to the killings of 8 people in Atlanta this week. 6 of the victims were Asian women. Now, from Atlanta to Denver, even here at home in Chicago, people have come together to demand a change. Hundreds showed up in Logan Square today. This group called for unity at the Stop Asian Hate rally. The number of hate crimes targeting Asians has increased since the start of the pandemic. People here said everyone needs to be treated equally.
I come here, I think, not only for me, also for my next generation.
We are human, and I think we should see everybody else as people and as human. Our skin color doesn't matter.
The organization Stop AAPI Hate says 3,800 hate incidents against Asian Americans have been reported just in the last year. And today, state and local leaders vowed to do more to help Chicago's Chinatown community. During a virtual forum, police from Chicago and Cook County condemned the violence targeting Asian Americans. They also committed to send more resources and engage with residents.
We are not helpless. There's things we can do to get out in front of this thing, to make it so that people's lives are the way they're supposed to be.
I really understand the gravity of the situation, and we're going to continue to work very hard.
Police also hope to encourage more people to report crimes by building trust in the community. Tonight, an Evanston-based food supplier is recalling thousands of pounds of pasta. The meat and poultry pasta products from Avanza Pasta were shipped to restaurants, distributors, and retailers in Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin, but they were produced without federal inspection. Now, fortunately, there are no reports of anybody getting sick so far. We have a full list of the products being recalled right now. It can be found at fsis.usda.gov. All right, now let's take a look at our weather. Happy spring, everybody. We had a beautiful first day of spring today. Sunshine, perfect temperatures. Pete, we're hoping there's some more where that came from, not a one-shot deal.
No, not at all. In fact, tomorrow, a little bit warmer as far as the temperatures go. Right now, readings in the mid-40s, 44 at O'Hare, 45 in Midway, a little bit cooler in DeKalb, 41 degrees, 42 in Waukegan. Clear skies, going to be a beautiful night, and our temperature trend the next 7 days looking very good. You can see high temperatures will be in the 60s the next couple of days. We'll cool off just a little bit, but we'll still going to be above normal. Coming with a couple of chances for rain, though, pretty soon here. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Alex?
All right, Pete, thank you. Now time to take a look at the latest coronavirus numbers. Today, Illinois reported just under 2,000 new cases. 25 more people have died. The positivity rate staying steady and low at 2.8%. Now the good news, 120,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday. More than 4.6 million doses have been given statewide. And today, some optimism from Mayor Lightfoot. She revealed the city has administered 1 million COVID vaccine doses. She tweeted that she will continue to push for equitable distribution. She explained that earlier in the rollout, 18% of first doses went to Black and Latinx Chicagoans. Recent data shows that number has risen to 55%. And some promising news out of Indiana tonight as well. That state will lower its vaccine eligibility age to 40 on Monday. The state's health commissioner said the vaccine rollout is well underway.
We have over 12.8% of our population fully vaccinated now, which is amazing.
Dr. Bach spoke today at a state-run mass vaccination clinic that was in Gary today. Well, the virus has changed many things, and the Bank of America Shamrock Shuffle is on that list, but it's not stopping it from happening altogether. The race has been, of course, one of the city's most celebrated and durable running events for more than 4 decades. This year, runners are taking part virtually. We're showing you last year's, or 2 years ago maybe. Race director Carrie Pinkowski says it's just a great way for everybody to get out and get moving as we start to work to put this pandemic behind us.
And this virtual event this year, I think, is going to really bridge us in what is a transitional year till 2022, and we will all be back together.
Yes, we will. The virtual shuffle runs through tomorrow, so you can still sign up, shamrockshuffle.com. All right, still ahead, a spring break emergency. Large crowds of spring breakers have forced the city of Miami Beach to declare a state of emergency. Will they follow a COVID curfew, though? And
the killers that did this are still out there free.
The family of Vanessa Ramirez is desperate for answers right now. Why they need your help nearly 5 months after she was found dead in a Midlothian forest preserve.